Yeah, I got it this morning. So at 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Oh,
And
cool.
they did try to sell me on a boatload of other things, like polio, which I thought, no, I don't need
Yeah.
polio. The one, and then I'm gonna look. The only thing that she made me think about was, I don't know when I got my last tetanus shot. So I
Oh,
thought I should probably check on that. I didn't have her give it to me, but I'm gonna check with my doctor. Just, I should probably have one anyways. So,
there you go. Well, it's not, some of these things are not, uh, so, so thank you. Welcome. Rupa, you need to lower the screen. There you go. And
It's
you're
like,
on mute.
I think that's on purpose, Deepak. So carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Just to give you some updates, we're 2 months away from our migration safari. I invited Sanjay Pandit, who's Mr. Roy's Safari, helping us put the experience together in Arusha. Just so you know, I work with Sanjay on numerous projects, all to do with Tanzania and migration, and he helped my guinea pig, a woman named Diane Travis, trek and hike Mount Kilimanjaro as her 70th birthday present.
Wow.
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 And the most amazing part of that, she still hasn't figured out, is that on the 4th of January, when they were on the peak, the guides made her a cake, and she has no idea where they found the oven.
Wow.
So, talk
That's
about
impressive.
impossible tasks. In fact, I have another family coming in about a week before we get there to hike and trek and all that stuff. So just to give you a little update, the itinerary is complete. I wanted to connect a couple of months before, so that if there are any questions that arise and last minute details, we still have time to address them and research them or get answers back to you. Accommodations, everything is all set. The animals are waiting for us. As of today, I have applied for everybody's visas for Tanzania. For Mary and the Bonellos, your Rwanda visas are all set. They'll meet you at the airport. I'll have a representative meet you, and he'll have you sit down and have some coffee while he takes care of all the formalities. Kenya visas have been applied for, except for you, Bonellos, because I don't have your departure flights.
Okay.
So as soon as you get that, it takes 48 hours, so there's no rush.
Okay.
As soon as you get that going. Other than that, I just wanted everybody to sort of start getting into the frame of, oh my God, we're going to East Africa, and get some answers. And if there are some specific questions you have, Sanjay is with us. I know I got a couple of emails and texts regarding the flooding that was happening in the Masai Mara. And I was just going to let Sanjay take a few minutes to explain to us the safari, how anxious are the animals, what does the migration look like, stuff like that. So Sanjay, if you have can you give us an update on what to expect when we come there?
All right. First, let me address this whole issue about flooding. You see, we have had a phenomenon called El Nino since last year. Sometime in October, we started having rain. So our soil, our earth is already so wet. Now, our normal rains begin sometime in March, and they carry on all the way through to April. Now, when the soil is already so wet and soaked with rain from previous months, any additional rain can only make situations worse. However, situation in Kenya was far worse than what we have had in Tanzania for a lot of reasons. You may have seen some pictures of camps being flooded in Kenya and stuff like that. You see, Masai Mara is a smaller extension of Serengeti National Park. It is very densely populated park with hotel accommodations and facilities like that. Sadly, some of these accommodations were very close to the river. Now, when river banks burst, I think the first thing that would happen is some of these accommodations that were actually very, very close to the river will be the victims. Now, in Tanzania, some years back, the government had made a conscious decision to make everyone get away from the river. Again, this was to protect the pathways. You see, animals have what is known as wildlife corridors. And these wildlife corridors, if they are blocked, it alters a whole lot of things for them. So the government had decided, the national park authorities, almost 4 or 5 years ago, that is prior to COVID, to move all the camps that were very close, within 100 meters of the river, further away. And you know what? That actually paid off today, because none of the camps were flooded in Tanzania. There is not a single video that will show you of a camp that had this kind of problem in Tanzania. Indeed, we did have a lot of rains, a lot of roads were destroyed, but now we are the worst is over. We don't have any more rains. Okay, and this is a great thing. So we're looking forward to a very, very good season ahead of us. I don't know if that answers or helps you understand what we have gone through.
What the
Definitely
question-
helpful.
How much of that will impact our visit?
Can you?
If anything, it actually enhances your visit.
Oh, great.
Okay. So I'm not worried at
how?
all about your visit.
Mhm.
Good.
Alright.
Royce Safaris, they own their own Jeeps. They're all outfitted for safari. Everybody gets a window seat. It's got a roof that is lifted up so you can stand. And, there'll be binoculars, one per car, I believe. And, I think we do 2 game drives a day or 1 game drive a day, Sanjay.
Okay, so I'll tell you how this works, okay? If you go back and look into your itinerary, we have you arrive. Some of you are arriving with different flights, so don't worry about that. We'll pick you and bring you to your hotel. The way it works, we are in an equatorial type of climate. That needs to be understood. So we're like in the center of the earth, just 5 degrees south. So our game drives are best done early in the morning and late in the afternoons. But in some cases, we can actually spend out all day depending on where we are. So I give you an example. Our guide speaks to you every evening so you know what time you're getting out, what time you're going where, and how far you'll be going. What about pit stops? What time you'll be returning for lunch? So almost whenever we have got 2 full days, one of the days we will always start at 6 in the morning, the first light. That's the best time to actually see wildlife. You see, at night, wildlife find refuge. They club together. But when the sun rises, when the light comes out, the first thing the animals do is they would actually go to the watering hole. And that's the time we actually go and spot them. That is also a very good time because for those who are into photography, that's the best time to actually take images. Our guides will actually guide you in this area as well. It is just not showing you this animal, that animal, but more about positioning our vehicles, making sure that you get the subject right, get to know more about the behavior, predicting what will happen. For example, they could be seeing raptors, but when they see raptors, they know where they are going. So most likely there's a kill or something that may have happened. So they follow those kind of trails to make sure that game drives are exciting. You did not come all the way to Africa to be told that is a lion or that is an elephant. You already know that. But being told about its behavior, how it behaves, what is its social circle, and what is its relationship with other animals and stuff like that, I think that is more important to make it exciting.
I agree. Good.
Perfect.
And if you look at your itinerary, what we have tried to do is we're trying to add value at each point. So your game drives, if you will go to see, the time that you'll be taking from driving from one place to the other is actually shorter. Why? Because on the last day, we're actually flying you out of Serengeti all the way to Arusha. The idea behind this was to make sure that we spend less time driving from one place to the other and more time on content. And also, you know that old saying, you save the best for the last. And Serengeti is the ultimate. Northern Serengeti, there is nothing comparable to that, to be honest with you. So we want to leave that experience last.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of you may have concerns about food allergies and stuff like that. All those are taken care of. Every evening, your guide actually, before you set out for your meal plans or whatever, they sit down with you. Okay. And in some cases where it is possible for the guides to join you, and if you prefer them to join you, that's possible. But arrangements are always made for your meals. Okay. If anyone has any special restrictions, we need to know in advance so that those arrangements can be met.
I
And-
eat everything.
Phil is looking for the game hunt.
The game drives. Yeah, the game.
I am.
The game meet.
I'm looking for exotic food.
Actually, in Tanzania, we don't eat what we see.
No giraffe.
That's bad for business.
Yeah.
Even if it's flies, whatever.
Although Phil, I have made reservations at Carnivore in Nairobi
Terrific, thank you.
Oh, yes,
So,
you will
to
be.
address I had you in mind when I
Yeah.
did that.
I thank you for that.
What's
know.
your must-have food?
Well, there is no must-have stuff that's different, I guess. I like
Feels
game.
very adventurous.
Gotcha.
I
Okay,
like game food. I like
Yeah.
reptiles. Doesn't matter. I like different stuff.
that's awesome.
You know, Phil, I'm with you. I'd like to at least try some of that. I mean, I'm never going to get it here. So I would,
Sure.
I'll try anything once.
Right.
There you go.
Maybe
So-
maybe a small anaconda.
Sausage, rattlesnake sausage. No rattlesnakes there, but. Any other questions? Or I just wanted us to sort of start getting into this. Just so you know, we started this planning last summer. So if there's a lot of time that has passed, not much communication, but now things are getting exciting, things are getting heated up. And so Sanjay, just so you know, Mary and Phil and Julie, they're going to start off in Rwanda. They're going
Wow.
for the gorilla treks and all that, and then they come to Arusha and then end up in Nairobi with us.
While I have all of you, I wanted to just offer some suggestions if it's possible.
Yeah.
See, I would like to first talk to you about the luggage that you may want to bring on
Yes.
safari, particularly those of you who are going as far as Rwanda.
I'm
When you have
looking at
this-
you, Rupa. Sorry, go ahead.
When you have this multi-layered trip, you need to be sure that the kind of baggage you're bringing is possible to easily transport. Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes airlines are nasty. You could end up having some of your bags left behind. So if you are traveling as a couple, I would recommend that first of all, you don't just put your clothes in just one bag. Maybe share, mix around, just in case one bag goes missing. At least the other one, you have some of your stuff to start with.
Oh,
And avoid suitcases, avoid hard-covered cases. Those duffel bags are really nicer and easier to manage.
mhm.
Particularly for those of you. Do you know the soft bags? They're called duffel bags.
Yes, so the brand new luggage I just bought for my kids that's hard-sided, is bad news.
The bad news, that's something that you may not want to bring it on safari.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible to carry it, but it's cumbersome. We always recommend that you bring soft-sided bags.
So here's,
Particularly on the last day when you are flying from Northern Serengeti, you are on a Cessna airplane. Okay, and those are the workhorses for the bush environment.
Mhm.
They don't have a very big space for carrying hard-cased bags.
Okay.
so a
So you
lot of,
should be aiming for 15 to 20 kilograms max per bag.
okay, good. Thank you.
Wait, how many? 15 to 20?
Yeah, 15 to 20 kilograms. I don't know how much that would be times 3 point something.
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
into pounds.
It's about
2
45 pounds.
times 2.2.
Yeah.
So one carry-on and one, like, just what we would call carry-on here that would fit in the overhead, and then one carry-on bag. So just
Yeah.
two, you're what recommending? Okay.
Yeah,
I think
ma'am, the airplane that you are flying doesn't have a carry-on bin. It doesn't have an overhead bin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we do get two pieces, right? Can we bring two?
No, you on internal flights you can't do two pieces. It's just one piece.
Check, no, I think she's asking, we checked one and we can do like a carry-on.
Backpack or
Oh,
something.
that would fit under the chair seat in front of us.
Yeah, but see, in these smaller planes, these planes carry about 13 to 14 people maximum. You really do not have that luggage space to actually carry more. At most, you could only carry 5 kilograms of personal luggage on that flight.
So I was thinking of, even when we go out in the day, just having a real soft, lightweight backpack. So
Mhm.
That would work.
you can just put right back in your duffel bag, or or wear it around because it's not a lot of weight. Would that be a good thing?
No, that's fine. You could make use of that.
Yeah.
So, what I would recommend is that, first of all, for your safari clothes and stuff like that, okay, you could potentially make sure that you have that bag, and the rucksack that you will carry, that like a backpack, that is what you'll have your camera, maybe some water, some snacks. That's what you could use, and you could easily carry that on your flight. It's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
And for those of
Okay.
you who are going as far as Rwanda, what I could do is, you are anywhere going into safari and you're coming back to Arusha. So I could hold some of your stuff in Arusha. So you just pack what you need, and the rest I will hold it for
Okay.
you.
Oh,
It is smart to actually even carry an empty duffel bag inside your carry-on, inside your normal luggage, so that you just pack what you need.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will need laundry to be done as well. So some of the
Okay.
places that you are staying, like at the retreat, you will be able to get your laundry done.
all right. So
Okay.
all right. So Deepak, we'll talk to you a little bit more about how to do that. That's really smart.
What's the coldest temperature we will experience?
That's a good question.
It's about 10 degrees centigrade. By your standards, it's very warm.
What was it?
10?
About
What's
10 degrees centigrade. That's the lowest you could actually come across. That's
That's
in
about
Ngorongoro.
50. It's about 50 degrees, you guys.
okay,
Yeah,
I was
50,
just
60
gonna,
degrees.
yeah, okay.
Roughly, if you add 15 and double it to centigrade, that gives you a rough estimate.
Plus 32.
Yeah.
So no
Okay.
need for a sweater.
No, I would say in the evenings you need to have some kind of warm
Windbreaker.
clothes like a sweater. But we also suggest that in the evenings you wear long pants
Long sleeves and pants.
and some. In terms of clothing, maybe I should explain that a bit more clearly. For your clothing, remember I told you you're traveling towards the center of the earth, equator. So we recommend that you come with light colored clothes, a lot of cottons. Those are great because we tend to get quite warm during the day here. So if you have light colored clothes, it helps with the sun. But at the same time, they are breathable. Cotton is more breathable than polyester or something else. Okay, nowadays you also get some clothes that have like 90% cotton and the rest is some other fabric. But I would recommend that you made use of cotton-rich materials and light colors. Towards the evening, it's nice if you would have long pants, long shirts, because some areas, you may come across some bugs. I'm not necessarily talking of mosquitoes, but I'm talking to you about some creepy crawlies or whatever. And if you have some long pants, that'll be nice. I know sometimes women tend to not wear socks or something like that, but in the evening we recommend that you wear long socks. Again, you are in a bush setting. You're going to be close to the wilderness areas, so you do expect some kind of bugs with light and stuff like that, and you don't want to freak out because of that. You may
Yeah.
come across spiders. You may come across, but they are really harmless.
So pants, for example, with gathered bottoms, elastic
Yes.
bottom. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'll be fine. You know, there are also those zip pants. You know,
Mhm.
you could turn them into a trouser, and you could turn them into shorts. They work
Yeah.
great during the daytime. During the
Mhm.
daytime, you just remove the zip
Mhm.
at the knee length, and they
Mhm.
become shorts, which is perfect. And then in the evening, you just put the zip back, and they are your long pants.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So I would
Keep
say
yourself-
sunscreen is important. A hat, sunglasses are important. Sunscreen is important. All right. And light walking shoes. Particularly those of you who are going as far as Rwanda, you probably also need to consider another pair of shoes because you'll be walking into
Hiking.
the rainforest there. So you need to have that. But when you come this side, you're not doing much walking. And therefore, if you have light walking shoes, some sandals with open toes will be nice. Okay.
Yeah,
And we'll go through this again. I'll
I think you
offline.
sent us some suggestions already, Deepak.
Yeah, I did. How about, because we're all coming with smartphones and all that, charging
oh, good,
and
yeah.
chargers
Good question.
Mhm.
Okay. So we use 3-pin square British type.
British, oh, perfect, okay.
Okay. And it's 220 volts.
Yeah.
So you
Is-
may want to get universal chargers.
Is it
Those
the
work.
same in Rwanda? Is Rwanda use this? Okay,
It's the same charger.
okay.
Okay. And in terms of internet, I do not know. I've had cases of people buying those prepaid cards that you get in Europe or America. I don't know how cheap or expensive they are, but this is something that you may want to consider.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, if you wanted to get a local SIM card here in Tanzania, it's a bit of a process because it does require one to submit their identity, their fingerprint, and a whole lot of other things.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. But we don't need to worry about being able to charge our equipment while we
Oh
are.
no, not at all.
Okay. Perfect. Because I'm thinking at least when we take pictures, the plan was to download them in the evening so that there was space on the phone again or the camera for the next day. Just the ability to have some kind of charging possibilities, which is great. And I've shared the universal adapter charger that I have used, which has, I've used it in Kenya, used it in Rwanda. So you shouldn't have a problem with that. And it's got all the pins that you need for Rwanda, for Tanzania, for Nairobi, for Kenya. And you can keep it for
Bless you.
future trips
Bless you.
elsewhere too. So
did you send us which one you bought or which one you
yeah,
had?
I'll send it again.
Thanks. Somehow I
And-
missed that.
And bringing a laptop is a good idea or a bad idea?
No, you could bring your mobile devices. It's not a problem at all.
Just
I'm
the
gonna
way,
have my laptop.
Yes, if you
I'm
want.
sure I'll be working a little bit, answering emails, but yeah.
I am
Yeah, I
not
can
bringing
Get a
mine.
picture of that. Africa workday. That's great.
Yeah, right, exactly.
remote working, truly remote
Yes,
working.
yeah, right, yes, in the bush.
And Sanjay, a little bit, if you can just share about the balloon ride that we are all going to be taking.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so balloon ride happens at 5 in the morning. Sorry, you get picked up at 5 in the morning, and balloon ride starts at 6. So this balloon ride is a hot air balloon. So I don't know if I like to explain the physics behind it. So early in the morning, the air is cold. So you heat up the air, and then the balloon flies. That's the basic principle. And the idea is for us to fly for about an hour and a half. You are actually floating at tree level.
Nice.
Okay, so you get picked up at 5 in the morning, you are brought to a balloon launch site, and then you are stacked like wine bottles. I don't know, have you ever seen those the way the wine bottles are in the wine cellar?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
how the balloon basket is. Okay, once you slide in, it carries about 16 people at any one time.
Oh,
And then you know, it is tilted into position, and boom, you start flying. You fly for about hour and a half, and then you land somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Then, so you
Yay.
get to see animals at the bottom. Okay, as you look down, but here it tends to be very windy, and therefore it is wise for you at that time to make sure that you have some warm clothes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, it tends to be windy. All right. So this balloon ride, after an hour and a half of flying, you land somewhere, and then you're welcomed with a bush breakfast. And that's the most amazing experience that you actually could have.
Nice.
That sounds
Okay,
great.
so that bush breakfast is for about an hour and a half. After that, you continue with the rest of the activity.
awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So this is a really non-important question for most people except me. Is there coffee at 5 a.m.?
Yes, yes.
Thank
We
you.
actually, in
The
our
important
cars, we
things.
do have a hamper. In our cars, we do have a hamper. So we would always like to do something in style, and therefore we bring with us some tea, coffee. We also understand some people would like I, for example, enjoy having like herbal tea.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we have got a choice of herbal teas with us: lemongrass, peppermint. Okay, so these are all available.
Perfect. I just
Great.
need 1 cup so I can really enjoy the balloon ride. The wait
You
for it.
could be awake. Yeah.
And for some of us more adventurous, whiskey, gin.
Espresso.
Yeah.
Espresso. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something. The coffee that we get here is very different from what you are actually used to.
Mhm.
Look, I'm a USC graduate, so I remember the coffee that was always available in America back then. It was a Colombian coffee. We get here what is known as a medium roast Arabica coffee. It's very different. It's got a very, very rich aroma and
Sounds
almost an
delicious.
intoxicating aroma. So trust me, you probably, once you have tested a bit more of that coffee, you'll want that again and again.
Yep. I may never leave. I'm just gonna stay there and drink coffee.
Well, you know, we're at the African Coffee Center between Rwanda, Tanzania, and
Yeah.
Kenya.
Kenya. That's right.
You
It's gonna
know,
be in heaven. This is just heaven for me.
yes,
Yes.
so very good. Anything else, folks? I think I think in our initial exchanges, Sanjay, you had said that each stop was going to provide us with some specific animals that we could possibly experience. Like at Samberu was more like a lion's hangout or something like that.
Yeah, so maybe before I go on to that, there's something very important that I wanted to talk to you all about. And really, has any one of you consulted your doctors about traveling to Tanzania and what they have advised you in relation to anti-malarials?
Yeah.
No, not me, not yet.
Not
So
yet.
you need to consult your doctor. Sometimes I don't know, but I've had a couple of nasty cases whereby people sometimes just buy medicines. I don't know how you manage to do that, but I had a very nasty experience a couple of months back whereby this young lady decided to just buy doxycycline. I don't know how she got it. And then she ended up throwing on the airplane all the way from I think it was from Atlanta to Amsterdam, and then she got a bit better, and then from Amsterdam all the way here. Now, we had no idea this lady was suffering from other conditions as well. So by the time she arrived here, it was a complete disaster.
Mhm.
We came to know that she was allergic to that medication she was already
boy.
consuming.
Oh.
Okay, so you can't just be your own doctors.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can only advise you, I'm not a doctor, but doxycycline and some other medications are really having problems. If you are taking medications, Malarone is one safe bet, but you need to be able to consult
Mm.
with your physician. That's very, very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody in this call, and I've advised everybody who's coming, to make an appointment and go see the travel. I've provided them with addresses and locations on where to go, and I think some of them have already started to do that.
Perfect. All right. Now, in relation to what you're going to be seeing, where and what, let me just make it a bit easier. And I'll say Tarangire is the first park that you're visiting. Tarangire is actually a park which is known for a lot of big tusk elephants.
Mhm.
It's huge. A lot of times when one is talking about wildlife, they're also forgetting about the fauna.
Mhm.
Tarangire is one park which has got a lot of baobab trees. I do not know if anyone knows what a baobab trees looks like, but this is also a tree that is called upside down tree. During the dry season, it sheds the leaves. And therefore, the branches look like the roots.
Mm.
And during the wet season, it becomes all nice and green. But these are the trees that live thousands and thousands of years.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, with global warming and climate change that is happening, these trees are being affected.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. If it helps you understand, there was one bizarre story that had happened. I don't know if you all remember the strongman in Libya, Muammar Gaddafi. He had once wanted to build a lodge in Serengeti, and he wanted to move all the baobab trees to where he had his chosen site in Serengeti. It's the most bizarre thing that had actually I actually came across. But I just want you to understand these are huge, magnificent trees, and in Tarangire you'll get to see them, and of course the animals that I'm talking about, big tusk elephants, like elephants. You will see the giraffes. You will also see the zebras, the elands. Okay, so those are all the animals that you see. In addition to that, of course, you'll also see a leopard or a lion, but you see there is to be a balance here. Herbivores eat grass and carnivores eat herbivores.
Mhm.
So if you look at the food chain, you see there are fewer carnivores, more herbivores.
Mhm.
That's how it works. Okay, and then in Manyara you see lots of birds, and you see some elephants as well. And then you go into Ngorongoro, that's like a huge unfenced zoo.
Mm.
Okay, you see all the big five in here. At one time, when Tanzania was under German colonialism, Germans were actually farming on the crater floor.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine you are farming right there? So there's a bit of a history behind. If you look at the map of Tanzania and you look at Lake Victoria coming all the way to Mount Kilimanjaro, you will see a certain pattern, a certain volcanic pattern.
Hmm.
It is thought that once Ngorongoro crater was actually a very tall mountain, but because of volcanic eruptions and stuff like that, that crater collapsed to form what is known as a caldera.
Mhm.
And that is where the animals are.
Mhm.
And again, I urge you to look at the map of Tanzania, and particularly Lake Victoria and Serengeti. You will see a very unusual feature of the lake. The lake seems to not have a continuous line, but more of a jagged kind of a boundary. So there's a school of thought here which is saying that perhaps at some point the far ends of the lake were submerged, or that were extending all the way into central part of the Serengeti, and because of volcanic eruptions that had occurred, the ashes that were blown in that direction caused the shallow ends of the lake to disappear, and that is why you have those erratic kind of lines
Hmm.
at the boundary of the lake.
Nice.
Will we be
So central
spending,
part of the Serengeti doesn't have any trees as such.
Hmm.
This is because if you are to cut a section of the land there, the land only extends so much, it cannot allow big trees to grow.
Yeah.
So in central part of the Serengeti where you are staying, you will actually see a lot of cheetahs, a lot of lions, a lot of other herbivores. But this is particularly a very important area for the lion prides. The lion prides called the Sametu pride actually lives there. That's where you're going.
Will we be spending any time on a body of water or on a river?
No, not really, but you'll be close to the river.
Okay.
That is in northern Serengeti.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Is that where the
We're-
migration occurs?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where the migration occurs.
That's where the immigrant center is set up. They look for the visas for the wildebeest.
Right, Deepak, okay.
And if they go hungry, crocodiles
So-
will get them.
Did I
Yes.
share the video from last year's migration that went with Sanjay also? You know, when the Poppet family came, they took a 3-minute video of the migration, which had all kinds of drama, right? There was suspense and comedy and,
Yeah.
you know,
The
uh,
commentary was quite funny.
yeah. And there were alligators on both sides attacking, and then how the
Wow.
wildebeest saved themselves. Have you seen that one, Sanjay? If not, I'll share it with you.
All right.
It's super. Anyway, so that's anything else we need to address, Sanjay Bhai, or
No. I'm okay. For me, the most important thing was the luggage part.
yeah,
The medical part. Okay. You really don't need to worry about the yellow fever vaccination.
Mm.
Okay.
We don't?
It's not
You don't need
required?
to worry because you're flying straight. Yeah.
Oh, I already got it.
You're not
So do
transiting
we-
any country that is having an alert towards yellow fever. And
Do how about
in some
Rwanda?
cases,
know?
you know, if you have taken your vaccine once, that's good for life. So if you have any documentation to prove that you had taken it, then you don't need to go and get vaccinated again.
I'm gonna
So-
go see what's going on with our grandson. I'll be right back.
okay. So just so the yellow fever requirement is only if you're coming from a country
That
that
has,
is known for that has it
Oh.
or has sent out alerts.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
so like if you go to India from East Africa, then the Indian government wants you to provide that you've taken a yellow fever shot because
Yeah.
that's their requirement. So, you know, coming from the US, there aren't any such requirements to enter Tanzania. Am I right?
Yes, as long as you're flying straight from a Western country directly to
Connect, yeah.
Tanzania.
I think everybody here is on Qatar or Ethiopian Airlines.
Yeah.
What about the Rwanda folks? Do they need it?
No, they don't.
The guys coming from Rwanda?
No.
I thought you had told us we needed it, Deepak. I got it. So, oh well.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think like when you read what I read online, it says that you need it. So it's interesting. Okay.
It seems to make sense just to get it anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. So it
It's
can't
not
hurt.
a harmful thing, right?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you safe and sorry?
Yes.
So-
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it back.
And inject this out of my body now. Okay.
Can I ask
All
a
right.
bureaucratic question? So will we have the names of people? Because I'm doing a couple parts of this on my own. Will I know who's picking me up or
Yeah.
will be holding a sign or will you give me names or how?
I'll give you names. You'll recognize one person at Arusha Airport.
That you or is that Sanjay?
Me. I
Okay.
get there a day before everybody arrives. And then, I'll get you who's going to pick you up in Kigali and all that. No
Perfect.
problem.
Got it.
And it's, just so it's Saturday night. It's pretty late for Sanjay Bhai. It's, I think, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock now.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's almost
It's
good,
dinner
okay.
time for him.
Oh, well, thank you. It was really
All
great
right.
to meet you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Pleasure,
Well,
pleasure is mine. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Ruth, did you have a question?
Well, Deepak, did he say how many people are on the balloon? Of course, Sonia called me right when he
16.
was 16 per balloon.
Mhm. Well,
And it
16 and
is.
the 17th person has to blow up the balloon.
Gotcha. So don't be on last.
He's going to say he's gonna weigh us so that there's a certain pounding. Like,
I hope he
No.
did not say that, Mary. Is that what he said? Oh. I'm like, what the heck?
Well, it's interesting, Rupa, when we watched those videos last time I was in Rochester, what he was talking about in terms of the wine it's a very different way of getting into the basket than what we did when we were in Morocco. Like
Yeah.
in
Got it.
Morocco, we just jumped in and we went.
Oh,
But
no, this is like a whole
literally-
yoga
You back in,
pose.
you back
Yes,
in.
you slide in. You
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is this?
for the hot
The
air
hot air
balloon.
balloon.
It's yeah.
Kendra,
Huh.
I'll make sure I record you when you get in.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting. You slide in and then they tip the basket up.
Huh.
I think
Yeah.
we should give something that we all sign that nothing can be posted on social media.
Oh,
with
yeah, yes.
our permission.
Yeah, right.
That's
No,
pretty fair.
Yeah.
Did
any
I,
other, I think I've shared with everybody, you know, the final payments and stuff like that, just because we are pretty much done with all the logistics now. And like I said, I'm working on visas for everyone. Other than that, I think what I will do is I will share with you what Sanjay Bhai was talking about in terms of luggage.
oh, great.
know,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be, he's talking about, the reason he's talking about soft cases is exactly because there isn't enough space in some of these small airplanes. They can stuff it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? When it's a
Yes.
hard case, it does not collapse as easily as a soft case.
Okay.
For what it's
Mhm.
worth, I started using a very versatile backpack about a year ago. You can expand the capacity with a zipper, and I can put a remarkable amount of stuff in one backpack. It's soft. I can carry it around. It's, again, super versatile. Found it on
Phil,
Amazon.
can you send us, like
Yeah.
Deepak and me, just a picture of it and then we
Yeah,
can
yeah, when I
Yeah.
get
share it around or
terra firma tomorrow, we're in Denver
Okay.
now. Get back to Michigan, I'll take a picture of it.
Can a
Yeah.
15-year-old girl fill all of her stuff in there?
I think so. I mean, we don't need a lot of fancy attire, you know, you need stuff
Right.
to be
Need
out in
any
the
fancy attire, right? None? Just.
No.
kids?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Nothing.
hope, and so that's the other part. I just wanted to, you know, if you have extra, you know, if you bring luggage like for Phil and Mary, you know, the gorilla stuff, you're gonna have. I don't know if you're bringing your own gaiters, you know, for the hike with the gorillas, and the hiking boots and all that, which you only need for Rwanda. You're not gonna need it for Kenya or Tanzania. But if
Uh-huh.
that stuff, we will leave it at the hotel. So Sanjay, the Roy Safari owns the African Tulip Hotel
Okay.
where we are staying.
I
So-
am taking hiking boots, and I also travel
Yes.
with, for general consumption, a Scotty vest,
Yeah.
which is
Yes,
a
I remember your
super
vest.
versatile thing. You can put
Yeah.
clothing, backpacks, laptops, iPads, you know, you can load this thing up with a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
What is
And
it? Scott?
A Scotty vest.
Okay.
It is a terrific garment. It's very warm. When you zip it all the way up, it's warm, it's windproof. And inside there, I don't know, 13 pockets or something.
All sorts of pockets.
wow.
Yeah.
You get lost in the pockets. It's really, really versatile. So those are the two things I will use to take all of my stuff, the Scotty vest,
Dollars on
backpack, and that's it.
Perfect. Very
And-
good.
You guys recommend hiking shoes, right? Just to be safe
for Rwanda.
for
For
one.
Rwanda, not, you know, just
Yeah.
bring sandals
Okay.
and light shoes for the safari.
Okay.
You know, like the sandals
Like
that Ganesh
sneakers.
wears.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a okay. I usually wear Birkenstock, so it'll be the same.
Right.
Yeah.
And just as long as you have socks to protect you from critters.
Aha, okay.
And Chitra, I just emailed you an update on all the animals you adopted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
So for Phil and for Mary, Chitra is a vet here in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Probably I think she has her place is close to you, Mary, up north, and she's the sister of our friend Ganesh, who's also going on the trip. They're not on the call, but yeah, just kind of connecting.
Yep. And you know, so other than that, I think the frequency of stuff from me will start increasing now, just, you know, with more information and all that. But the next one will be more about luggage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I let me stress, you know, been to Africa several times. You can, you know, as Phil is saying, a backpack on a safari is perfect. You know, we are gone for like 5 or 6 days,
Yeah.
and 2 shirts, 2 pairs of pants is plenty, and 3 or 4 t-shirts, or even 2 t-shirts. You know, you can wear it one side, turn them inside out, and wear it the next day. You know, we are all getting to know each other anyway. So,
So Phil, do you think if we bring the vest, the Scotty vest, is that all you're bringing as a jacket or windbreaker? And then just
Yeah.
wearing long sleeves with it? You think that's gonna be warm?
It sounds like it. That's
Yeah.
all I'm bringing. No, you know, I always bring some kind of quarter zip, so if I do, it'll be a lightweight one. I might abandon that for this trip and just bring, just as Deepak said, couple t-shirts, couple pair of pants, a few pair of socks, some sandals, socks, that's it.
Yep.
and all the hotels that you'd be staying at, you know, actual hotels versus the tents, you know, they'll get you your laundry within 3 or 4 hours,
Hmm.
you know.
I can hand wash. I don't even care. We're
Yeah.
in the jungle. We're gonna be smelling
Right.
different things. That
But it's,
Exactly.
it's humid though, right?
Yeah, it's not as bad though.
But I mean, if we did hand wash things, they wouldn't dry quickly unless
Yeah.
you the sun, and that,
yeah.
that's not gonna do that. If someone
Yeah.
will do the laundry, that's the way to go, I think.
You know what? We can wash it, and at the bonfire, we hang a little string and dry them out. You know, this group is, well, majority of this group is used to bonfire.
Yeah.
So, I got nothing else. I just, Rupa, you got a question? You're talking.
Sonia is asking me who's on and whether she should say hi.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Say hi.
Sonia, I want to see her.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
hi. That's my mom.
Hi, Auntie.
Hello.
That's
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my
You
gosh.
guys- you guys in different
Hi.
rooms. You guys are weird.
Me and my husband,
Yeah.
because you know
We are married, so we're not together.
it's your last day as 14.
Oh, very nice.
I
My
know,
birthday's
she did
tomorrow.
her
Happy
hair.
birthday. I saw those nails. I don't know what that is, but we'll talk about that later.
And you come next week.
So,
Happy birthday.
Anyway,
Thank you.
happy birthday. yeah.
awesome.
You guys will have
All
fun.
right.
I heard a part of the lectures.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish I can come.
Well, it's still, there's time.
I know, but then I will be burdened to you guys, you know.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk offline. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, no,
I-
Deepak,
If nothing else,
do
Hold
you
on,
have
Ripple,
Sonia's
okay.
food allergies?
I'm sorry.
Do you have Sonia's food allergies?
I need to put nuts. I provided him with nuts and fruits that were, you know, pecan, and send, you know what?
Just send it the list.
Send
Yeah,
it to me.
Okay. Okay, and then also, what's the hottest temperature? He told us the coldest.
It'll probably be, I want to say like 75.
Oh, that's
Back
nice.
to 80, yeah.
There was something else. Oh, you mentioned binoculars, one per Jeep?
There'll be one per Jeep, and then I'm gonna talk to him of, adding a couple of more if I can. Some of those things I'll do when I get there.
I can.
They already include one. I
I
don't
know,
know
I
if
have-
everybody has their
Yeah, I'm
own.
gonna bring, I know,
Yeah.
I'll probably just bring some for the girls and,
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have them,
If you have them, bring them.
we have a, yeah, we've got a
Yeah.
small pair, so we'll bring them.
hold on.
So Deepak, has an EpiPen ever been called into action on any of your journeys?
No,
Phil, I've been dying
Probably-
to stab somebody with one, so I will bring two maybe, so.
Well, I'm thinking if someone has an allergy, make sure they bring.
My
Yeah.
daughter
Yeah.
does, yeah.
Yeah,
My daughter is
Yeah.
anaphylactic to pecans and walnuts, so.
Oh, my, yeah.
and pineapple, and
fortunately, we are not in Hawaii, so we won't have to worry about pineapple.
No, I actually don't think she's anaphylactic to that.
oh,
She just
yeah.
that just causes hives, which we also don't want.
Yeah, cool.
right.
Any more questions?
No, can you, and I would be happy to volunteer my sister to do this. I think you should do, I think you should do a little like, yearbook, not a yearbook. What comes before a
Wrap
yearbook?
Album?
Like an introduction of who's going on the team. We're all gonna be, on the trip,
Oh.
we're all gonna be spending so much time together.
Yeah.
Oh, a
I'll
who's
send,
who?
I'll send out a list.
A who's who, yeah, location, maybe how they're connected to you.
Okay.
I think everybody's connected to you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Good
Okay.
idea.
That's a good idea, and yeah, use our passport photos that you've collected for.
Oh, I don't want my passport photo.
No, that's a
No, no,
terrible
no.
idea. Yeah, no.
That's a bad idea, Mary.
Use Mary's passport photo because clearly she has a good one.
Oh, no.
I don't.
No.
I probably have pictures of everybody. That I
Yep.
can use, like good pictures.
Of course you do. Yeah, out of everyone you would.
No.
All
Oh,
Very good,
wait.
folks.
Okay, I'm sorry. One last thing. But bug spray?
Yeah,
Not
DEET.
harm- Yeah, DEET. Okay. Yep. He mentioned sunscreen. He didn't say anything
Yes.
about bug spray, or maybe I missed it.
Yeah, he said, well, mosquitoes are not the major issue there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You know,
We had, when we went to Rwanda, I don't know, from whatever store that I went into, they convinced me to buy this spray to spray our clothes. So like the
Oh.
night before we went on our trek, we sprayed our clothes and I didn't see any bugs. Like there was nothing, right, Deepak? I mean, I didn't feel like, sometimes just walking in the city here, I'm constantly swatting at
Mhm.
something, but there was, nothing like that. So I don't know if it was the spray that was on our clothes or there
They
just
were
wasn't
trying
any.
to sell me that at the Passport Health. It's permethrin or something, permethrin? That you
Okay,
your clothes, is that what you had? Do you remember?
I'll
Yeah.
look. I have the bottle in my closet. Yeah.
Permethrin is one of the.
I think yeah,
One of
Hold
the,
on.
one of the chemicals that you can use as a bug spray, yeah.
And
Or,
it-
more,
It lasts for like 6 washes or,
yeah, it
Yeah.
does, and it also helps with other parasites too, so.
Oh, okay.
okay. I'm going to stop the recording now that we're done.
yep.
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dibs.
Deepak,
Okay. Bye.